Good morning, I am Dr. NSSR Murthy. This is the fifth lecture in the lecture series of the global positioning systems. We are talking now about the differential DGPS. So, the accuracy of the GPS measurements can be further increased by using the principle of differential GPS technique. It is not a separate instrument, it is only a technique that is used to improve the accuracy of that particular instrument. Since there are several methods and forms of the DGPS, and it contains normally in the first method, basically three methods are there. First method, it contains two GPS receivers, and the second GPS receiver is kept at the known position of the XYZ coordinates, and it calculates the position continuously and using the C by A code signal. The calculated XYZ coordinates of the location is compared to the original location coordinates. So, the difference between the known coordinates and the calculated coordinates from the GPS receiver are compared, and this is used to correction of the first GPS system where the unknown location is calculated more accurately. So, in this particular method, the accuracy of GPS can be increased by 100 meters to 10 meters. So, using the selective availability effect. So, this is very much useful if the two stations are very close to each other. That means there is a difference between the two stations where the second GPS is used and first receiver is used lies in the same four satellites. There is a second method which is called as here in this particular second method, most sophisticated method of DGPS, the monitoring station is kept at a known location and measures the a pseudo range. In pseudo range, and to each of these satellites that is visible at its location, and sends the error information to the of the satellites to all the users in that particular area. So, whenever a user is using that particular satellites, select the satellites to observation, then he made the necessary corrections for that, and the accuracy can be increased by this method by about 5 meters for the receivers within the 10 kilometers reference station in that particular satellite system. And there is a third method which is used widely is that more accurate form of the DGPS that is used more widely is that which is using the L1 carrier signal, and the satellite sends the signal from the known positions. The relative phase of the signals that is received by the GPS receiver are compared, and thereby from the relative phases of this using the frequency and wavelength of that particular L1 carrier wave, which is supposed to be 1.575 megahertz, and the wavelength is 0.19043 meters. So, using this particular concept of the phase changes between the signals received at the receiver from the different satellites, and the distance can be calculated more accurately using this particular method. This is a differential phase technique, it is also called as. And what are the different uses of applications of the DGPS? Basically, the DGPS is used for land surveying with reference state at a particular position, predetermined location. Similarly, it is useful for aircraft path tracking as well as the position location systems. What are the limitations of this particular GPS principle? So, basically GPS has certain limitations. One of the limitations is range ambiguity arises in the case of the phase counting is taken place for the L1 carrier wave. It receives only elevations of 15 to 20 degrees to the signal. Above that it is cannot be valid, and it has a multipath error problem, which is because different signals that is reflected from various sources may cause multipath errors, and users should be nearer to the reference station. When you are using DGPS, one reference station is at a very long distance away from the second one, and such case it is not useful. It is difficult to work indoors. Only outdoor activities or the calculations can be done using this. Thank you.